When something comes straight from the factory, it's considered stock, whether that's a car, a computer, or some form of home furnishing. And in most cases, you don't really have too much choice to customize those things. And when you can, it's typically from a limited set of options and costs a lot more. For some, that's just not good enough. And one of those cases here. David of David's Wood Turning purchased a factory olive wood bowl. But it didn't quite sit right with him. And having the skill set to do something about it, he took action and is going to turn it into a stunning blue hybrid olive wood and resin bowl. Off the top, using a rotary tool to clean it up and change a little bit about the overall shape, then that beautiful blue added. Some ocean blue mica powder mixed in with some resin, then poured into a form that the original bowl, after being cleaned up, was wedged between. Left in a pressure pot for a number of days to ensure all of those air bubbles disappeared. And just look at that now, almost like a continent floating out in the ocean. Something you might see in a topographical map. Absolutely stunning, and it's not even done yet. And you can see those long strings flying off. That's the resin, and as the wood starts to break through, those long strings disappear and it becomes fine wood chip. And with the outside roughly shaped, it's time to turn it around and work on carving out a lot of that resin on the inside as well as along that top edge, which means back to those crazy strings flying around. Just look at it spin, absolutely mesmerizing, but not as mesmerizing as the final look of this thing. Just wait. Carefully carving those interior walls, stopping from time to time to take a look at how it looks. And once that's done, it's on to sanding the interior and then the exterior down to a beautiful finish. Using a little sanding sealer, then using special mesh pads, which are ideal for sanding and smoothing out resin with their own special grit system. Then carefully parted from the original mold, that little bit of hot glue that held it in place, then sanded down to the same fineness as the rest of the bowl before it's time for a special treatment of the whole thing. A badge thrown on, a little more sanding and mesh work before it's remounted to have 10 layers of gloss lacquer sprayed on. And they really make this shine. From there, 2 different stages of Yorkshire grit added. It's all about the finish. The work itself is stunning. That lacquer and the 2 coats and types of Yorkshire grit, making it something truly exceptional. And with the base all cleaned up and that flash permanently affixed, you'll get a good look at it. An absolute masterpiece. A blue hybrid olive wood bowl like only David from David's Wood Turning could make.